Hey guys, still there. Quick video about Victory at Sea Pacific. It's a question that keeps repeating itself on my, at this point, 9 different videos on Victory at Sea Pacific. Is this game worth it? I've been complaining quite a bit about the bugs that this game has. And it is not just the bugs. There's unclear game features, there's missing game features, there's campaigns which aren't yet ready. Now, I'd say this is the least problematic part of the game. Oh, by the way, before I continue, this is something I'm recording on September 18th, 2018. So I hope that in a couple months to a year's time, we'll be looking at this and going, holy crap, was it really that bad? Because it's an awesome game now. Anyway, the game was supposed to come with the US campaign, the Japanese campaign, and the British campaign. They're still working on the Japanese and the British campaign. This is not something that is terribly unusual to see new campaigns or additional campaigns come out later. For a game that focuses sheerly on World War II, you could say, hey, that's not good. If I compare it to, for example, Wargame Red Dragon, they added another campaign later, after the game was already released. Anyway, as for the game itself, at the moment it is priced at, I believe, €35/$40/25 to £30, something along those lines. Is it worth it at that price? No, not at this point in time. At the moment, I know that the devs are working hard to fix the bugs and the issues and the UI and the crappy or complete lack of some features of the game. At the moment though, if I were to buy this game for $35 to $40, euro, whatever your currency is, I'd probably be heavily disappointed. And many people have been disappointed and are claiming or demanding a refund. And of course, with Steam you can do that. You can get a refund. At the moment, I'd say the game simply isn't worth the amount of money that they're asking for it. Yet. Emphasis yet. Because I think that this game can really do well if they just iron out the shit that is not going right with the game. You cannot have battleships which spontaneously combust, or seemingly spontaneously combust, as was happening in one of my videos. You cannot have ships which are invisible, planes which are all over the place. In the campaign that I'm running, at some point the enemy took over Johnston Airport, or Johnston Island, and the planes from Midway seem to be coming out of Johnston Island. It's bugs like those. I wouldn't say any one of them is particularly game-breaking, but they are definitely hampering the enjoyment of the game. Aside from that, there are features which are confusing. I have, at this point, recorded 11 episodes of this campaign. There are only 9 at my channel at the point that this video will be published, as the other 2 are pre-recorded. But I have 11 videos, did a bit of off-camera play. I still find the game confusing, despite about 20 to 30 hours of gameplay. Now that's not a bad thing. I'd say that that's fair, because the deeper, the more complex a game is, the more time you'll take to learn it, and for me, in a game like this, that's part of the appeal. So the fact that you simply do not know everything in the first 30 minutes is not that much of a limitation to me, but I understand that it can be to some people. I, for one, enjoy those games. Learning the ins and outs, learning, let's say, if you look at Fleet, what the ideal tuning is for crew management. I enjoy seeing inventories, such as the amount of shells that are available on the Pennsylvania, or that the Chandler still has 500 days of rations, or 500 points of rations. Stuff like that is very detailed, and I think that, as far as I know, that is, at the moment, this is the only, or one of the very few games that actually does that. Other games, again, as far as I know, simply don't provide this level of detail. So I think that Victory at Sea Pacific covers an itch or fulfills a niche that has gone unfulfilled for a long time. Because one of the games that comes to mind that sort of does what this game does is Battle Stations Pacific and Battle Stations Midway. I believe that's what those games were called. I played a lot of those. Really enjoyed that. And I think that if the devs can have a look at what those games did very well and try to incorporate those elements into the game, especially for direct control of ships and aircraft as much as possible, I think that would make the game more enjoyable. As it stands, and again, September 18, 2018, those features simply aren't in the game yet. I've had some really weird stuff happen in the campaign, and long answer short, no. At the moment, the game is not worth the price that they are asking for it. This might be entirely different in a week, a month, 3 months, 6 months' time. Keep in mind, this is a small development team. I know that doesn't exclude them from the requirement of releasing a good game instead of something that's seemingly riddled with bugs. But it's such a niche game that I'm willing to put up with it. I'm willing to give these devs some time to prove that they're actually listening to the community, fixing the bugs as quickly as possible. Should it not have happened, all these bugs? As far as I'm concerned, no. They should not have been in the game at release. But they're here. So this is the situation that we have. And again, releasing a bugged game is not something that the devs should be proud of. Far from it. I can imagine they are still proud of releasing a game as is. If you work on it as long as devs do, and I imagine that this was especially a lot of work, considering it is far more intricate than Victory at Sea 1, I think? Victory at Sea Atlantic, was it called? This must have been a lot of work. Yes, they may have released it a little early. Yes, it probably wasn't ready yet. But I think they can fix it. And I really hope that they can fix it, because I would love to play a lot more of this game. Show a lot more, probably do streams on it, and just come up with all sorts of wacky tactics to try and win the war. Either as the US, the Japanese, or the British. At the moment, we're not quite there yet. Give it a while. I'll keep you updated on the progress that this game is making. So, when there's a new patch, when they're fixing bugs, I'll report stuff like that on my channel, just to keep you updated on this game and how it's progressing. So, if you're interested in the game, I'd say hit the interested button in Steam, not so much add to wishlist. Because if you hit interested, then you're going to get those updates that say, hey, there's a new patch. And otherwise, just come back every now and then to my channel and see if there's a new update to how the game is doing. Anyway, that's all I wanted to share for now. The question kept coming up, so I thought I'd address it in a specific video. And hopefully, and I think that this will happen, we'll be looking back at the game, or at this particular video in a while, and go, huh, okay, it's interesting how this game morphed, and what we're looking at now. So let's hope for that. Be patient, and I'll catch you soon for more upgrades, updates, and hopefully bug fixes for this game. Thank you for watching. I'll see you soon.